You do me, I do you. Man, no go vex. Today, all the stories are about revenge. You do me, I do you. Tit for tat. Some people cannot just take the bullshit. If you give it to them, they are going to give it to you back double. Welcome back to my channel. Are you ready? Today's shout out goes to Okoli Ujanwa N7J. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you so much for the love, babe. I love you. And now relax, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. Story number one. For 2 years, I was in a relationship with a woman called Sarah. I believed we were perfect for each other. I really loved her with all my heart, and everything seemed perfect until one day, everything changed. While I was relaxing at home, I saw a message pop up on her phone from a person saved as D. The message said, "See you soon." She was going out that night with a friend, but she was called Alice. And so I was curious. I was about to take her phone and check the message when she came out all dressed up. She took her phone, said goodbye, and left. For some reason, I couldn't forget about the message I had seen. She had never mentioned anyone called D, and she had been acting secretive for a few months. My guts was telling me something was going on. Trust your guts, they don't lie. After she came back that night, I took her phone while she was sleeping and read her chats with D. And guess what? She was cheating on me with a man from her workplace. Hey! It was the one she went to see, not Alice. And to make matters worse, he was married. Their messages was flirty, and their conversation revealed that they had been meeting up when I was out of town for work. My heart sank, and I felt a wave of emotions. Betrayal, sadness, and anger washed over me. I was devastated. Instead of confronting Sarah right away, I decided to stay calm. For months, I kept pretending that everything was fine, but inside, I was hurting and angry. Then I came up with a plan for revenge. Eish. I decided to propose to her.
Wait a minute.
I wanted to show her that she couldn't just play with my heart and get away with it. When I finally got down on one knee, I watched her face light up with joy. After she said yes, we began planning our wedding together. I told her I wanted a simple court wedding first, and then a big engagement and wedding later, a couple of months later. She loved the idea and started calling her friends and family. We printed out invitations, and despite my anger and hate, I acted like the perfect fiancé. The day before the wedding, I decided it was time to take action. I gathered all the evidence I had collected, screenshots of their tests, and other things that showed her cheating. I printed it all out. And when I met her that day, I pretended I wanted to finalize the wedding details. Fierce and Melu. Instead, I revealed everything I had gathered in front of her family and friends. I showed her the messages from her co-worker and explained how long this had been going on. Her face went pale as the reality hit her. I calmly ended things with her. I could see the shock and tears in her eyes as she realized how serious it all was. I felt a strange mix of satisfaction and heartbreak. I walked out of the venue without looking back. People have different opinions about what happened. Some said she deserved it, while others said I went too far. Did I do the right thing? Should I have confronted her sooner? Am I the asshole? Don't mess with some people, oh. Anyway, babe, in my opinion, you are not the asshole. If you are with someone and you feel you don't love the person anymore, or you want more outside the relationship, break up with the person. Why cheat? Just break up and move on. She deserved this. Hey, but how did you pretend for so long? Because personally, I cannot imagine being in the same space with someone who has cheated on me. Talk about going down on one knee and proposing to her. Hey, some of you are wild. This revenge is sweet and she deserved it. People deal with heartbreak in different ways. This was yours. You did what you had to do, babe. You do me, I do you.
Man, no go vex.
Yeah, that's right. Babe, you did what you had to do. Forget about her and move on. I hope she learns from this. And now, if you have any advice or opinions for this and that, just write story number one and leave your advice and opinions. It's going to be in the comment sections, reading them. Don't go anywhere yet. I still have more interesting stories for you. And if you've not liked this video yet, please do. And thank you so much. And now let's move on to story number 2. Hi V. I knew something was up the day I met my older sister's boyfriend. It was too nice, as if he was trying to prove he was a good person. It seemed too good to be true. Let's call him George and my elder sister Emma. I am a 23 years old woman, while my sister is 25 years old. George is 37 years old. Emma is not just my sister, she's also my best friend. I was excited when she started dating George. I thought he was a bit older, but she liked him. Soon, I started to feel something wasn't right. He seemed way too nice, like he was trying too hard to prove he was a good person. There was something just off about him. He was rich and took care of Emma financially, even giving money to our parents sometimes. Everyone thought he was great, but I never trusted him. Sometimes he jokes about being a superhero to my sister, and that without him, her life would have been miserable. Suspicious movements. Like, why would you say something like this to a woman you love? Yeah, why would you say something like this to a woman you love? As time went on, I noticed that Emma was acting differently around him. She seemed nervous and always walked on eggshells when he was around. I could see that he was controlling her, and our conversations became less frequent. I never accepted any money or gifts from George because I didn't feel comfortable around him. He just gave me bad vibes and energy, and I didn't want him to think he was doing me a favor. Things took a serious turn a couple of weeks ago when Emma came home crying. She finally opened up and told us that George was hitting her. She had kept it a secret for so long because she was scared of him. My heart broke for her. I felt so angry to hear what she was doing. Emma explained that he would slap her during fights and continuously hit her. George, coward. After she moved back in with us to escape him, she started to heal. But then a week later, George showed up at our house one evening, begging Emma to take him back. He asked to talk to her privately outside, but I followed them and hid behind the house. I didn't trust this man at all, as you should be. He acted all charming, trying to make her feel guilty. He asked her to come back home, but Emma kept saying no. I watched them from a distance in our backyard. Emma kept refusing him, but he was getting more aggressive. Suddenly, he slapped her hard across the face. I felt my stomach drop. He was about to hit her again when my instinct to protect my sister kicked in. Without thinking, I jumped out of my hiding spot and charged at him. It is about to go down. I tackled George to the ground because I wanted to stop him from hurting Emma again. I am a very smallish woman, and I didn't care he was bigger or stronger. I just wanted to protect my sister. I hit him continuously in the face, and we rolled on the ground. When I remembered all the stories Emma had told me about his abuse and how he would hit her head against the wall sometimes, my energy increased. That's right. I beat the hell out of this man. Ah, babe, I love you. Eh? He was even not strong, just big.
Look at this dude.
We struggled on the ground as I shouted at him to leave my sister alone. Just then, my parents ran outside and pulled me off George. His eyes were swollen, and there were scratches all over his face and arms. Clap for yourself, babe. His shirt was also torn. Emma broke into laughter when she saw how weak and pathetic he really was. I joined her and we laughed and pointed at him on the ground. He quickly got up and ran away, yelling threats as he left. Some family members say I went too far and should have talked to George or called the police instead. Others think I did the right thing by standing up for Emma. So V, am I the asshole for attacking my sister's boyfriend after he abused her? Did I overreact or am I right? You are not the asshole. You did the right thing. Babe, clap for yourself. It is only weak and pathetic men who beat women. How can you claim you love a woman and raise your hand and hit her? You were just trying to protect your sister. You did the right thing, babe. You are a superhero. This is how all men who beat women should be treated. Your sister will never be scared of George again because of how you treated him in front of her. Be proud of yourself. While some people might say you should have handled it differently, in that moment, there was no time to waste. You just wanted to make sure Emma was safe right away. Let your family think what they want to think. You did what you had to do, babe. Next time, before George raises his hand to hit another woman, he will remember what you did to him. You are a good sister. Take care of yourself, and I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, write story number 2 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment section. She's reading them. Let's move on to story number 3. I met this girl in school and we became friends. We were not really close like that, but she was in my friend group. Let's call her May. May is usually fun to be around, but she has a habit of editing her photos a lot. I've seen her use Photoshop so much that she looks almost completely different in some pictures. I never said anything because everyone has their insecurities, right? She also has about 50,000 followers on TikTok and 10,000 followers on Instagram who think she looks perfect because she's always using filters. Things changed one night when we went out to celebrate a friend's birthday. During the night, someone took a group photo of us with their phone, and I was really excited to see it. But when May posted it on the social media, she picked a picture where I looked awful. My hair was a mess, and I wasn't ready for the camera. While she had photoshopped herself, looking perfect as always, I felt embarrassed as I thought everyone would judge me based on that picture. I asked May to take it down because it made me feel bad. Instead of understanding, she just laughed and said I was being too sensitive. This made me even more upset. I felt like I needed to do something since she didn't care about my feelings. So I decided to get back at her. Hey, it was her birthday, and I thought if she can embarrass me, I can do the same to her. I posted a picture of her without any edits. I picked a photo where she looked good, but I also wanted to show how she really looks without all the filters. When I posted my message wishing her a happy birthday, I included a natural picture and added that she looked great without all the filters. However, this backfired completely. May was furious and asked me to take it down. I refused. You do me, I do you. I refused, thinking she needed to understand how it felt to have someone share unflattering photos of you, especially since she had done it to me. People started reposting a natural picture and making fun of her for over editing her pictures. Now, May won't talk to me, and our friendship is really strained. I feel like I did what I had to do because I wanted her to realize she needed to be more considerate. But I also wonder if I went too far and crossed a line. Am I the asshole for posting May's unedited photo in response to an embarrassing picture of me? Did I overreact? Babe, I don't think you are the asshole. Don't you have blood flowing in your veins? Don't you have feelings? Don't you feel embarrassed? Why didn't she take down that photo when you asked her to? You did what you had to do, babe. Now she knows how it feels. And I want to ask you a question. Was the picture not a picture? Did you edit it to make her look bad? It was her picture, so what is the problem? So what is she going to do if people meet her in real life and she doesn't look like the way she looks on social media? You just did her a favor. At least now some people know how she really looks in real life. You didn't do anything wrong, babe. You just posted a real picture. Sometimes people just need to learn the hard way. Like you said, you are not that close, so if she doesn't want to talk to you anymore, let her go. She did it first. Overall, I think you did what you had to do. You are not the asshole in this situation, babe. Take care of yourself. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, write story number 3 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment section. She's reading them. Let's move on to story number 4. I dated this man for 4 years, and at first, everything was great. But over time, things started to change. Let's call him Jake. Jake would talk about marriage, but he never took it seriously. When I asked about our future, he would brush me off and say things like, I don't want to get married to you. And then he would laugh and say he was just joking. Sometimes he would jokingly say, you will find someone eventually, and then add that no man will love you as much as I do. I always wanted to get married and have a family someday, but Jake made me feel like that will never happen with him. Whenever I tried to discuss our future, he acted like I was being unreasonable. It was frustrating, and it made me feel like I was wasting my time in a relationship with no clear future. Finally, after 4 long years, Jake broke up with me. He told me he never intended to marry me. Hey, some men, eh? It felt like a punch in the stomach. I had put so much into our relationship, and now I was being told I would never get what I wanted. I was heartbroken, but I realized I deserved better. Yes, babe, you deserve better. After we broke up, I took some time to heal and focus on myself. A few months later, I met someone new. He was everything I dreamed of: supportive, loving, and he wanted the same things I did for the future. We really connected, and after just a few months of dating, he proposed to me. We dated for only 5 months. When Jake heard I was getting married, he was shocked. He tried to come back into my life and convince me I was making a mistake.
You think so they wise?
He said I was moving on too quickly and that he suspected I was cheating on him with this man while we were dating. The audacity. I just ignored him and told him to think what he wanted. That's right. He tried to lure me back with a promise of marriage, but I didn't love him anymore. I felt happy and empowered. I realized I had moved on from a relationship that was holding me back. Now I'm happily married and living the life I have always wanted. Some people say I should have waited longer before moving on. Who's, who, but let's continue. But I believe I made the right choice for myself. He gave me the greatest gift when he broke up with me. And now I'm happier than I have ever been. Hey, those people who don't mind their business and keep talking about other people's issues, they should take care of. How does this concern you? Move on faster, K. So she should wait for 5 years before moving on, right? Some people should just mind their own business. Babe, you made the right choice. You were with him for 4 years. He had his chance. Babe, don't listen to what anyone is saying. Sometimes you meet the right person within the blink of an eye. And you don't need to date for years before getting married. If you meet the right person, you know. If you know, you know. Your relationship with Jake was holding you back. And now you are happy and strong. Please, my people in bad relationships, if your partner doesn't take your feelings seriously, and you know this person is not going to take you anywhere, it is okay to walk away. Say it with me. It is okay to walk away. You deserve to be with someone who values you and shares your goals. Stop wasting your time with people who don't care about you. Don't be afraid to move on when you realize you're not getting what you want. If you find that strength to move on, you might find someone better who will treat you like you deserve to be treated. Someone who will love you and appreciate you. Your happiness matters and you deserve to find love. I'm so happy for you, babe. Enjoy life with your new husband and I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, write story number 4 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment section reading them. Now, we are in a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to them in the comment sections because obviously these issues are worrying them. That is why they sent me their stories in the first place. So please be kind. And if you have a story for me, you can send it to my TikTok page at vera.ish. If you've not subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for, babe? Come and join the family. Come, come. Subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.